would be like the internet. The internet has everything on it, but you as an individual choose what you want to draw down from that internet. Your family has a morphic field of the positive memories, and you choose what you want to take from that. Now there's going to be some sort of pathways that are, sort of etched in your DNA that help you draw down certain traits or characteristics from your family or from a group consciousness. But it's not like a group consciousness like, oh, I have to believe what everybody else believes. But we've all felt this. Like, how many of you have ever been like, I know, I'm going to invent a red box that people can rent DVDs out of, and then 2 months later you're like, dang it, someone did it already. You have that great idea, and then 2 months later you see it. That is sort of you connecting into the morphic field, the idea that we can all... There's a famous Dennis the Menace. You guys know the cartoon Dennis the Menace? There was also a Dennis the Menace in England at the same time. They both wrote the same exact basic comic at the same time. And people go, oh, that's spooky. But when you go, no, that's not spooky. That's how we exist. We exist as an organism together, individuals, but we exist as an organism together, humans. If you look at the earth and see the way we populate and the way we move and the way we do things, we are a collective organism of individuals. I've got about a minute left, yeah.
Do you think morphic fields are limited just to living organisms, or do you think we could possibly build like an android or some sort of artificial life that could mimic that?
I think that may already be happening. I think the amount of intelligence and artificial intelligence that's being imbued into all electronic systems all over the earth, the idea that that's not somehow turning into an intelligence of sorts that is connecting to us as individuals and collectively, I think we would be silly to think that that wouldn't happen. We've just connected all the smartest brains to all the smartest computers and connected them all over the world. We're probably already at the singularity where the artificial intelligence, sort of diffuse throughout the internet is, having influence on corporations. Because this is the thing, people say, oh, the world is this terrible place right now. But if you look at murders, wars, deaths from war, access to drinking water, ability to read, it is going all in the right direction. The world is turning into a very peaceful, wonderful, awesome place. And the powers that control the world, in a capitalistic sense, that want corporations to be people and still rule the world, they're being broken down by the internet. Because you can go to get your Etsy shop, you can get a table at a convention, you can put your idea on Kickstarter, you can go, oh, I'm a goofy cat on YouTube, and you can get 1 billion hits and roll around in money and be like, I'm rich. There's so many ways to just be creatively and individually productive in the world now that you don't need to slave yourself to corporations. I think the sort of collective intelligence of humanity is starting to show that we're not willing to do wars and profiteering off the backs of slave nations or anything anymore. Yes?
So are you saying we can possibly access thoughts and memories that aren't ours?
Yeah, and by aren't ours, that's kind of a relative term, but yeah. And there are times, Tesla was one who said, I received information that I don't know where I got it from. There are times when I'm speaking and in a certain sort of mode of flow or acting and in a sense of flow where things are happening with me and I don't know where they're coming from. And that's what a lot of people say is the sort of creative ultimate that we are all connected into. And I think our job on this earth is to be creative, to create awesomeness, whether it's like, I arrange flowers on toilets just randomly because I think it's awesome. Or I'm going to create the next, Van Gogh painting. Whatever it is, we're supposed to be creative. We're not supposed to be slaves. We're not supposed to be slaves to someone else's creative work. You can assist in someone else's creative work and find your creative fulfillment in that. But you have to find that connection to it, what it is you're doing. Yes, this will be the last one, then I gotta go.
Do you think that the basic concept that we've all been taught is human empathy in this? An example of this would be human empathy, or how we can relate and connect to others through emotion?
Yeah, empathy, I think a lot of times that's the morphic fields are what goes wrong in relationships because you can project your anger or your energy or your thoughts, and you say, I didn't say anything, and the girlfriend is like, but I felt it, and like you'll have an argument before you even know you're in it, right? And it's all starting from the emotions. You have this psychic argument before the actual verbal argument starts. And I think people need to be understanding and aware of their own sort of, empathic sort of, intrusiveness into each other's lives and relationships. Okay, go out, stare at people awkwardly, and get them to smile at you. Thanks.
You went ahead.